Thank you so much once again for coming. I hope you're having a good day. And if you're having a downtime moment, lucky for you, this message is designed specifically for you. Enjoy the message. Let's talk about our third episode on how to deal with downtime moments in life. And that is to practice self-care. Learn to forgive yourself. It sounds shocking, but it's true that a lot of people forgot to take care of themselves. Good at taking care of people, good at praising other people, praising or very generous to other people. It will be hard for you to overcome downtime if you cannot forgive yourself. In fact, not just in downtime, but also in most of our aspect, you will never ever reach your full potential if you're too harsh on yourself. If you're good at forgiving other people, simply they are valuable, you know that they are good and gifted people. I want you to have the same mindset apply towards yourself. You are valuable individual as well. If you can't see that, and it will be hard for you to deal with downtime moment in life. Downtime can be done by other people, but most of the downtime is simply because we allow it to have access in our life. So technically speaking, we know that the blame is still yours. And the devil is so good to drown you with thoughts of doubts about your potential because you have downtime. You already have downtime. Please don't help the devil to use that as a foothold to destroy your future. And you can avoid the attack of the enemy by immediately forgiving yourself. Take note the word forgive. Not be proud or take pride on what you did or what happened. Of course, you will feel sorry for what happened. You don't like it. You hate it. You cast it out in the name of Jesus. As we learning to practice self-care on forgiving ourselves, make sure as well that you are getting the gut to forgive yourself in the humble manner. That is so wrong. I should not have done that. I feel terrible about that mistake. I should have not said this one or that one. I think I offended this person. You don't necessarily need to say the word forgive yourself or talk to yourself about it. You can express forgiving yourself by keeping your composure. Treat yourself so that you will allow yourself to think properly. Sometimes it's expensive, but you deserve it. Forgiving yourself means regardless of what happened, I will still move forward. I will make the wrong right. I will take the responsibility for this. You will be surprised that most of your downtime is because you are not good at forgiving yourself. I do have a lot of story in my life where I had a very bad day simply because I don't forgive myself. You see, if you are not in agreement with yourself, that's the worst thing can happen to everyone. If you have an LQ with yourself, that's a huge problem. You know why? You take shower with yourself. You eat food with yourself. You go to work with yourself. You go to gym with yourself. You play sports with yourself. The only person that you cannot separate yourself is yourself. That's why it's a worst thing that can happen to us if you're not able to forgive yourself and able to remove all the regrettable situations in your life. I know it's hard. I know it's hard to remove the regret. I know it's hard to probably realize that you are the cause of that trouble. I know it's hard to remove that feeling of losing your value to other people, and that you are starting to drown yourself with thoughts that you are nothing but a living toxic in other people's life. But you know what is even hard for that? Is that you make it worse by not forgiving yourself. Because for you to move forward and can be possibly offer a solution, it can only be possible if you are able to forgive yourself. Once again, in the Bible, the teaching about forgiveness is so rich, underlying an importance to forgive. And one of the verses is this: love your neighbor as you love yourself. Take note the word as, meaning the same. As the way you are good at taking care of other people, please take time to practice self-care as well. And one of that is to start forgiving yourself with those downtime moments of your life. The message is so simple. You limit your potential by being stuck in your past mistake. Let me say that again. You limit your potential by being stuck in your past mistake. I know it's very demoralized when you do mistake, because when we do mistakes, tendency is that we overthink right away on how people will look on us. And for me, that is the most, biggest downtime I could ever have, to lose the image in front of people. I know you can relate too. As a disciple of God, we have this advocacy to make sure you set an example in front of people so that they will follow God because of what they can see over your life. Like make sure you don't do mistake, make sure you have money in your wallet, make sure you always smells good, you always have a smile in your face, make sure you always have time with them, make sure you always be good in front of them. And yes, I will not disagree with that. And I love to emphasize that we all must achieve it. And until now, I will not tolerate to this message that we are supposed to lose our image because what is wrong is wrong. And we're not supposed to find a way to creatively justify it. What's wrong is wrong. You gotta take note of that, okay? That's my point. I'm talking to those people right now. This message is for those people right now who are struggling on their current mistake or already imprisoned by their past mistake. Hey, there's a huge future still ahead of you. Don't imprison yourself by drowning yourself with thoughts of punishment towards you. Don't get me wrong, you are right when you punish yourself with negative words or declaration. But you are not also wrong when you focus on what you can still do to fix your situation. Just in case you didn't get that, let me repeat it. You don't get me wrong, okay? Because you are right when you punish yourself with negative wordings or declaration. But you are not also wrong when you focus on what you can still do to fix your situation. Let me give you an option to choose to these two correct roads. So I have two correct road here. These two correct road, whatever you choose will still get to your destination. So meaning that there is no wrong answer for this. Whatever you choose, the road 1 or road 2, you will still get to your destination. Okay, the first road is bumpy, muddy, and there's a lot of intersection and stoplight. And beside, it's a long road for you to get to your destination. And on the other road is this, straight road, not traffic. There's no intersection. And beside, it's like 5 minutes away to your destination. And it's not bumpy, it's not muddy. What would you choose? You see, that's my point. If you punish yourself with your past mistake, I know sooner you might still get anyway to your destination. But guess what? You choose the complicated road. You choose the bumpy road. That's why you are always shaky. You choose the road that is always the traffic is so crazy. That is why you are so impatient. You choose the road with lots of intersection. That's why you always argue with other people. You choose the road that is too long. That's why you start to lose hope for your destination. And once again, you have all the right to choose what road you want. But congratulations on punishing yourself. You successfully able to punish yourself. And meanwhile, in other road, once again, it's not a wrong. It's not wrong, okay? And you also stop punishing yourself and you start thinking on what you can still do. And what it can do to you? Progression. I want you to take note of the word progression. You progress in your life and make even shorter to resolve your mistake by forgiving yourself. But hey Max, you don't understand how I repeatedly keep on making mistakes. I don't like it, but I still blew it. I still keep on losing relationship, keep on getting lower grade on my exam. And on work, they always tease me because of my poor performance. This is too much. I don't like it anymore. I don't want to leave anymore. But let me remind you, we all make mistakes. People are good at making sure that they are able to cover their own mistake by making other people look bad. These people who are trying to be above you is just trying to make sure that they find a way to cover their own mistake. They want to convince themselves that they don't do mistake by putting other people on a spotlight. You know what you need to do with those people? Ignore them. We are done talking talking about on how we can release ourselves with negative thoughts about us. We also have to discuss that it's time for you to be mature enough as well to ignore the word of other people that only meant to destroy you. You gotta have a filtration process in your life. Filtration process means you filter what is not beneficial to you. Even in your own thought process, make sure you have a filtration process. If that thought is not helping you to grow, since you have a filtration process, you will remove it. Most of our downtime is simply we don't filter our thoughts. How would you like to imagine that the water you are drinking right now is not filtered? The water you're drinking right now is straight from the river or rain. Do you like it? Of course, no. In this advanced lifestyle we have a lot of tools that can filter water or food so that we can take it clean and safety. Same thing with you. If you don't filter what you thought about you and what other people thought about you, you will get all the content of it. Filtration doesn't mean block all the content. Filtration means you'll only get what beneficial to you. If people are giving you an advice and it somehow makes sense, go ahead and take it and learn from it. And on the other side, if they are also sharing you a word that is not beneficial to you, filter it. That's how simple it is. Filter the word that can only be beneficial to you. Just to make sure that you have the proper mindset, okay? Let me just make clear that we are on the same page here. What I mean from beneficial is not just comforting. Anything that is beneficial, go ahead and take it. Always remember that downtime happens to all of us. And an individual people like you cannot deal with downtime properly by being not careful on how you thought about you. What separates the successful people to defeated people is how they are carefully choosing what to digest in their mind. If you live in an environment where people are good at being harsh on themselves, always negative about everything, tendency is that you will also be like them. You want to know how to forgive yourself? You want to know how to properly think about yourself in times of downtime? First, be aware that it takes time to have a proper thought process. Let me say it again. The very first thing you have to be aware of on how to think properly about you is it takes time to have a proper thought process. Second, and which is the most important thing, that you surround yourself with the right people. Just in case you didn't know, what you can digest is what you only eat. You cannot digest vegetable if you eat meat. Same principle apply in our mind. You know why you don't know how to think properly? You ever wonder you have that inner person that wants to do good but you cannot do it because you have been eating junk food. People surrounds you have been feeding you with junk thought. So don't be surprised why you are too harsh on yourself because uh, don't be surprised why you are too harsh on yourself. Don't be surprised why you can't think properly. Don't be surprised why you cannot digest vegetable or healthy food thought in your mind because you have been feeding your mind with wrong thoughts. If you have the desire to be successful in life, if you have the desire to be the leader in this life, you gotta feed yourself with proper thoughts in life. And that will lead us back on how you are able to find a way to think properly. Fix what you have done wrong and avoid punishing yourself with some unnecessary thought. I can't stress this enough, but downtime is supposed to deal with. And the way to deal with it is by embracing it. Recharge and reflect about it, and also practice self-care. Forgive yourself. Some of us here have been holding for some mistakes were done in the past or recently. Some of us here have been struggling for years for the mistake they did. And once again, I know you feel bad because you are a good person. Feeling bad about what we did wrong is good. We are supposed to feel it. It's an indication that we are aware that we don't like what we did wrong. But if it's been there for too long, it's been stopping you to progress in life. I hate to say this, that is not a healthy critic anymore. That is a mind trap. Trapping your future for the loss of your loved one. Trapping your future because you blew that opportunity. Trapping your future because you have a huge debt. Trapping your future feeling guilt because you caused damage to other people. Once again, learning to forgive ourselves is not being proud about what we did wrong. It's about choosing to be better to fix what we did wrong. Those people that was affected by the casualties of your downtime can receive a blessing through your life once and for more. Have the right mindset moving forward. Declare that God will use once again your life for those people. Declare that God is just preparing your way for a greater comeback in front of these people. You know what you need to focus right now? Forgive yourself. Practice self-care. Declaring to the face of the enemy that yes, I have done wrong, but this will not limit my future. Declare today, this is just a mistake that serves learning and will make me mature in life. I will forgive myself about it and will learn about it and will have a better mindset to save my reputation in front of my people and will be a blessing over their life once again. You know what happened to Judas, right? We all know what happened to Judas, one of the disciples of Jesus Christ, part of the 12 disciples of Jesus Christ. He didn't learn how to forgive himself. And guess what? Guess what kind of future he lost? The salvation of the Lord. If there is someone I know that must have the most regret in life, it's Judas. I believe that regret is overwhelming. Betraying the Savior of the world is not a joke. It's not a simple prank. It's a devastating regret in life. And if you would ask me if I were Judah, I might do the same thing. But we are not supposed to do the same thing now, it already happened to his life. Of course, we feel sorry that his life was just a waste. What we need to do is to learn what happened to this guy. By not forgiving himself, he lost the salvation of the Lord. Nothing worse than someone losing the opportunity of receiving the salvation of the Lord. And that is so devastating to imagine. You know how the Bible describes his existence? In Matthew 26:24, this is what we can read. The Son of Man will go just as it written about him. But a woe to that man who betrays the Son of Man. It would be better for him if he had not been born. In Tagalog, mas maganda pang di siya pinanganak. Ganon na lang i-emphasize ng Bible kung gaano ka-worse ang buhay ni Judas. Yes, betraying Jesus is indeed demoralizing. You knew that he is not totally, and we can notice that he is not totally after the money, because if you're familiar with the story, he threw it and just kill himself, right? You can remember that he threw the money back to the temple where he got it. So at some point you can see that he have that conscience. May konsensya siya. He felt bad to what he did. And we can all relate, right? We feeling bad to what we did and start punishing ourselves. Once again, in different contexts, that is good. You have to feel bad. You have to regret on what you did. It's an indication that you're a good guy. You take care of doing what's good. But take a look at the life of this guy. He didn't just trap himself punishing to what he did. He actually killed himself on what he did. The devil don't want you to hear this message tonight, because once you learn to forgive yourself, you also learn to progress in life. Please stop trapping yourself with that mistake. Please don't kill yourself with that mistake. Sorry for the word. Yes, I know that is such an aggressive word. And for some of us here, that word is a bit over dramatic. But no, I am not being over dramatic when I say don't kill yourself. We are actually killing ourselves sometimes, and some people just kill themselves right away, but most of us kill ourselves by little, day by day, by keeping the guilt, by punishing ourselves. Take note of this. Your future is bigger than your mistake. Your future is bigger than your downtime. Yes, I am begging you right now to stop punishing yourself. You have been holding it for too long. We would love to see you growing and getting stronger and healthier. If you caused that downtime in your life right now, no matter who you offended, no matter of the casualties you caused, no matter how scary the outcome would be, the first thing you need to do to deal with downtime properly is to forgive yourself. The future needs you. Your partner needs you. Your family needs you. Your ministry needs you. The company needs you. The future is begging for you to forgive yourself from past mistake, because the future knows you are an asset. You will solve problem that you are only capable of resolving it. How to deal with downtime moment in life? Learn to embrace downtime. Learn to recharge and reflect. And the third one, practice self-care by forgiving yourself. This is already the third installment in our weekly series, and I hope and pray that this platform is already helping you to live life and able to deal with downtime moment in life. Just to end this discussion and make sure that you will not forget our key point for this episode, let me leave you this message. We all have different descriptions of downtime. We all have different tolerance in life. Your downtime might not be my downtime, and my downtime might not be your downtime. What I'm saying is this: your family might not be able to understand your downtime, and even sometimes your partner, your brothers in Christ or in romantic relationship might not be able to know how hard you're dealing right now. Sometimes you are the only one can understand what you're dealing. But let me tell you this. In Psalms 34 verse 18 says, God is near to the brokenhearted and save those crushed in spirit. If you're still having a hard time to deal with downtime, if you're still having a hard time to forgive yourself, you really can't deal with downtime right now, that is the promise of God. He is near to the brokenhearted and saves those crushed in spirit. Do you feel that your spirit is crushing now? Are you feeling broken? Let us all be reminded that God is near us. Do you feel overwhelmed by the weight of your sin? Jesus is calling. Jesus Christ is full of mercy. He is your Father. There's no reason for to wait. Come to Jesus.